All right, and we are back. Once again, they have DDoS attacked us again. The stream went down. We are now back for the third time, and hopefully the fundraiser is back up. Let me see if it is. Let me check to make sure. It's back up. Please make sure, everyone, to click the refresh button. We had to add the fundraiser to this one as well. But like I said, and I hope that we have a lot of Lee Spring Army soldiers bearing with us here, we are being DDoS attacked. There's really nothing we can do right now rather than try and keep these streams running. And so I hope you all bear with us and y'all continue to soldier on with us, because we are trying to get through these right now as well. And I'm sorry for this once again. There is someone out there who is literally trying to sabotage our streams. And like I said before, they're never going to succeed. We will run 30 streams tonight if we have to keep this damn thing running. And those sons of bitches out there are not going to stop this thing one bit. So we're now going to get right back to where we were. We're going to watch the guy pack the tourniquets into the car. And make sure, once again, to tell all of your friends, all of your family, and everyone out there to join this stream and support this fundraiser, because this is what these people are attacking. We haven't had a single DDoS attack this entire week until we got to this fundraiser, and someone's out there trying to DDoS our streams so the fundraisers don't succeed. I don't know who's the sick person who's doing that. I don't know if it's the Russian government itself or some group of twisted people out there who are trying to do this. But like I said, we will run 30 streams tonight if we have to, and we'll keep on trying to persevere and beat these people out and beat them through this, but we're never stopping until we can no longer go on. And I'm sure that Matthew agrees with me here, and we'll just keep running these things until the end of the night, the end of the news.
Yes.
And just for those of y'all who do not know, DDoS attacks are really just trying to flood our servers with traffic to the point that they overload and then shut down or throw us off, just because of how many times the requests are made over the server. That's kind of how DDoS attacks work, and it appears that our server itself that is connected to this house is continuously being attacked because it's getting overloaded. So just for y'all to know, that's what's going on our end. And that's what I know. I'm not really an internet expert. Matthew could talk about how a DDoS attack works a lot more than me. But we're going to keep this thing running and make sure to tell everyone. And I hope that my moderators in the Discord, if they're watching, are letting everyone stay informed there, because sadly I can't reach out there right now and talk in there. But these streams are going to keep running. And so if one goes down abruptly, know that there will be another one on about 2 to 5 minutes after that one went down. These are not going to stop, and we're not stopping tonight. No matter how many times we get shut down, this thing's going to keep running. And so the only thing they can do is minorly inconvenience me, maybe stop a few people from watching because they get annoyed with how many times the thing's been shut down. But we're going to keep this going. Just admit it and give up. Russia will win. No, nah, they won't. Oh, thank you, Matthew. You hit him already.
Gone.
Yeah, you already hit him.
Yes.
You know,
and just for anybody wondering, I've seen multiple people. I'm no internet expert either, but I do know a couple of basic things. We are being attacked on our home network, so it's nothing on YouTube's end. It's something on our home network end. Somebody has gotten our IP address apparently, and we will have to tend to that tomorrow morning first thing to get that remedied. I'm not sure what the ISP can do to fix that, but there surely has to be some way to encrypt our network or something to try to make that more solidified.
And yes, we will have to try and look into that here in the future. But one thing I would like to say is that I want to remind everyone, we haven't had a single DDoS attack this week. Not a single one until today, on Sunday. And you know what's different about today is that fundraiser's running. And so what these people are trying to do is they're trying to stop us from succeeding at reaching that goal. That's what's happening. And so what we're going to do is that we're going to reach that $10,000 goal. Hell or high water, we're going to reach it. And once we reach that goal, they've lost, pretty much. And so just keep that in mind, and if you want these stupid people to lose, make sure to donate to the fundraiser, because that's what they're trying to stop tonight. You can also, just to let y'all know, you can also donate to the fundraisers even after the stream shuts off, and that helps us to still try and reach the goal while we're trying to set up the next one. So with that, we're now going to move on to the next clip of news in the Location Unknown segment. Let me try and get back down here and find it. Let's see, we made it through a pretty good bit. We can actually see some Crimean Tatars training today on film. Now, this is a group of people that are very interesting. Crimean Tatars have been in Ukraine since the very start. They kind of live in the area from Mariupol to Kherson and, of course, the Crimean Peninsula. So pretty much the entire area that they originally used to live in is under Russian occupation right now in one form or another. And we can see today that these Crimean Tatars are, of course, training with the Ukrainian armed forces to help try and take back the land that is theirs. And so here's the video of them training. Of course, the audio is muted. And we can see him here going through the training montage. Really neat. We can now see them firing a PKP, and we can now see them advancing. Of course, training, I guess, in the fire and advance, well, fire and maneuver, I guess, kind of thing, if you would like to call it that. We can now see them rigging some kind of an improvised explosive device, it appears. And we now see them exploding it. And so with that, we can see that the Tatars are apparently training fairly well, and hopefully will be able to reach the front line soon and help to retake the lands that were once theirs. Also, I'd like to remind everyone and highly recommend that y'all hit the like button. We have lost a decent amount of viewers, of course, in all of these server drops. Well, not server drops, the DDoS attacks. And so please make sure to hit the like button, every single one of you. The higher the like rate per viewers, like if there's 1 like per 10 viewers versus 5 likes per 10 viewers, that helps us to reach more people again and helps to bring people here. And so if you want these DDoS attackers to lose, make sure to hit that like button and bring people in. And I'm going to have to reiterate this every once in a while. This stream may go down any minute. I don't know if there's going to be another DDoS attack or when it's going to happen. But if it does and this stream shuts down, there will be another one right afterwards. I said it and I'll say it again. These streams are never going to stop. With that, we're now going to move on to the next bit of news where we can see more prisoners being taken by the Ukrainians. I hope that the DDoS attackers like to see this little clip. We can now see the Ukrainians bringing 1 prisoner into the shed. And we can see right there a Russian prisoner being captured, and now the DDoS attackers are seething, as we are now, of course, getting out videos that they probably don't want y'all to see. And of course, this fundraiser is skyrocketing. And if we can take a second, Matthew, we're going to take a look at this thing, because we've raised $7.6 thousand already, just 50 minutes into the first minute that we started this stream. And I've got to say, this is impressive. And I think that before long, hopefully before the next DDoS attack that we get, we can reach 10,000 in support and reach that goal for the night. And I hope that we can even go well beyond the goal. And with y'all's support, by hitting that like button, and also by putting in a donation as well, we can help to reach that goal even faster. I've already put in $1,114 tonight into this fundraiser, and a huge credit to Susan for helping me to do that, and I hope that everyone helps me to help out Ukraine as well. And also stick it to these DDoS attackers who've been attacking the stream twice at this point tonight, and will most likely be attacking it a 3rd time. I'm also going to have to break the facade of this show a little bit, and I'm going to be checking on my OBS and making sure that the connectivity is okay, so that way when the next attack happens, I know a lot sooner than before. With that, we're going to move on to the next video where we can see a Ukrainian cat sitting after a long day near the front. Now, this was funny to me because it's sitting like a little person, but just look at that thing. That's actually pretty funny to me. And so, of course, that's just cute, and I wanted to show it just because it's a little bit of a reprieve from the war. And with that, we're now going to move on to the next bit of news where we can see something that doesn't really look right. I don't know about y'all, but I think y'all can agree with me in saying, something's off about this one. We can see here a Russian tank sideways. I don't know how it got this way. It's a T-72B3, just for those of y'all who were wondering. But I don't know how it got perfectly onto its side, and it looks like it's largely intact, and it even has a cover on the barrel. I don't know how it got here or why it's in this state. It doesn't look like it's taken any damage, but a Russian driver has screwed up somewhere and is sweating heavily. It's great to know, and hopefully this can be dropped on the DDoSers. With that, we're now going to move on to the last bit of news that we've gotten in the Location Unknown segment before we move on to Kharkiv and the northern Donbass, where we can see that some volunteers from Germany are snipers in Ukraine. Here we can see one of them with a sniper rifle, and we can see the German flag clearly on his rig. Really cool to see. We don't see a lot of German volunteers in Ukraine, but it is great to know that Germany does support Ukraine, and at least their citizens do. Their government's having a little bit of a harder time doing that. I guess you could say the support's been moving incredibly slowly, if there is even any at all, but it does look like they're trying to pick up the pace and send something there eventually. So great to see. Of course, there are Germans there already, and hopefully the supplies will be soon to follow. With that, we have now reached the end of our first segment of the news, and we have now survived 2 DDoS attacks. Let me check to see if the connectivity is good. It is. And we're now going to move on to the Kharkiv and northern Donbass area, but before we do, we're going to recognize some of our tried and true soldiers of this Leaf Spring Army who have been here through 3 streams at this point, their support to this fundraiser, and we're also going to answer 3 questions from our soldiers here in this Leaf Spring Army, and we're of course going to try and thwart these damn DDoS attackers the best we can and move through the rest of this news after this segment. And so with that, what do we got, Matthew?
And first off, thank you to everybody who is sticking with us. These issues can be very frustrating, even though they're out of our control. So thank you all for sticking with us and moving over to I think this is the 3rd stream we've had to start now. So some of our top donors of the night. First up, we have a $1,000 donation from John Dolstedt. Thank you very much, John, for that. That is tremendous.
Thank you,
and
John.
Hopefully you flipped over from the last one as well, and you were here on this stream, so we'd like to give you your due credit. So let's see here. Up next, we have a $200 donation from Kaltenberg and a $150 donation from Khan Azur. And then we have several $110 donations. We have one from Pale Rider, Douglas Newman, Matt J, Bat21, Sylvester the Cat. And then we have several $100 donations. We have one from BC Skyman, William Allen, Makara, Duchess of Descent, Used Gently, then we have some $50 donations. We have one from X Penguin 95, B Syndicate, Sharon Tukolsky, and White Lightning 777. And then we have another one. Yes. And then we have another one from Old War Vet, Dia Tachenko, Sharon Alaminsky, Colin McKenzie, Here Comes the Sun, Dark Side of the Loon, Marichanka 13, and then we have a $36 donation from Junebug with the 72 at the end. So thank you very much to all of you for support. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody, but if I have, please forgive me. It's been very hard to keep up with the donations while the issues are happening and while we're being attacked. But we appreciate all support, small and large, as always. It adds up in the long run, and we are currently sitting at $8.3 thousand on the fundraiser. So we are 83% toward reaching our goal.
And I'd also like to note one thing to everyone. I know that usually people do leave and then come back during the question segments, and I ask tonight that some of y'all do stick with us during the question segments, because this is something that the bots want. The bots want people to leave and not return, and that's what they're going for on these Sunday fundraisers. We can see that they're succeeding a little. But if everyone sticks through this and stays during our question segments, and of course advertises this to their friends and family, and they hop on as well, and we continue to get more and more people on here, every single person that gets on here and watches this stream, and every single person that gets on here and donates to this stream is helping us to further our goal of making sure that these DDoSers lose and the bots lose. And that's going to be our goal for tonight. We're going to be trying to run this stream, reach the goals, and have this stream succeed just out of pure spite for the bots and the DDoSers. So, with that, I thank you all once again so much for the massive support. We've already reached 8.3 thousand while we've been sitting here just recognizing everyone else, and we're still having support come in. We've had Jessica Raquel, Moreno Chu, and we've also had Robert Harrington, Scooter Backfired. We've had all kinds of people. Everyone's still donating. It's amazing to see this kind of support keep on coming through. And regardless of how many times these DDoSers have attacked this stream, we still get them running. Everyone still gets on, and we keep these things going. Hopefully, they'll eventually get dissuaded. If they don't, that's fine by me. I'll keep these things running however long I need to, and however many I have to. So with that, we're now going to move on to address 3 questions from the chat, and after that, we're going to move to the Kharkiv and Northern Donbass news. And so, what do we got, Matthew?
And first up, we have a question from Bobo Uzala, who says, can the Ukrainian Air Force take the Lucky bombs to the Kerch Bridge?
The Lucky bombs. Do you know what he means by
The lucky ones. They're the lucky ones.
They're the lucky ones. Well, if they're lucky, I think they could take them there. That's something that I think they should do. But honestly, I wish the Ukrainians could find whoever's doing these DDoS attacks and do something to them. Maybe rough them up a little bit or knock them around a little, because it's incredibly annoying to me. Although it's not too annoying, really, because I honestly kind of find it funny that someone finds this stream to be such a heinous and evil thing that they have to try and shut it down. So I actually find it a little bit humorous, to be honest. But I do think that maybe with some lucky bombs, they may be able to hit the Kerch Bridge. And so I hope that does answer the question. And with that, we're on to the next one.
All right. And up next, we have a question from Cat Nico, who says, how does the Ukrainian president keep his beard so well? I really need some fashion advice for trimming my chin. And bearing that, what is the best way to make gas masks look good?
The best way to make gas masks look good is to pick out a good one in the first place. Now, there's a lot of them out there. There's the GP5, and a lot of y'all may know because I wear gas masks all over the place. I think they look great. Just kidding, of course. But here's one that's very common. Now, just a warning before anyone goes and buys this. These have asbestos filters in them, and so if the asbestos filter in this green canister has cracked, you're breathing raw asbestos, and there's nothing that anyone can do to stop you from doing that. So make sure to be careful when actually trying to wear these. They are pretty dangerous, to say the least, but you can get them incredibly cheap. They're like $13 or $14. There's also the pig gas masks, which I don't know the specific name for, but they're called pig gas masks just because they look kind of like a pig. Now, none of them really look like this, but you can see one right here. This is what I'm talking about. This is what they call the pig gas mask, and I've seen these a lot. They've been used by, well, the design, by and large, has been used by multiple different countries. The US had one, and also the Soviets had a separate design of their own. But you can get a large idea of what gas masks look like. But the best one, in my opinion, and of course this is one on my profile picture, is the corrected English model gas mask. And it's this one.